This is the Abolitionists Roundtable on Wham! Talk 1600. Join in the conversation at 734-822-1600. And now, back to your hosts, Del and Phil.
All right, so that's a intro. We have Dale, Phil, and Mayor Janice.
Thank you.
So absolutely. Okay, so here we're going to go to, folks, I still have so much. We haven't got to the headlines yet. You know, again, this is from the Atlantic. Can Trump divide and conquer the Republican establishment? The Republican establishment. The Republican establishment is doing everything they can. Everything. Matter of fact, here I got a couple of things that we want to talk about. I got this from can the Republican establishment? There's 4 options that they can do to try to stop Trump. We can see that. Have you noticed that Rubio, his rhetoric has increased? Are the establishment going to use Rubio? They pumping Rubio up. Is it too late? The second one is Romney. Are they pumping up Romney? Was that a presidential speech for him to enter into the race as an independent, as a third party? This is from the establishment, folks. We're really in a war with the establishment. They don't want it. They reject conservatism. You notice that they don't want to get behind Cruz. They prefer to get behind. They prefer
Hillary.
Matter of fact, number 4 says throw the campaign to Hillary. That sounds completely bizarre. But the Republicans, before they get behind Donald Trump or Cruz, they will throw it to Hillary Clinton because they feel that they know her, that they can control her a little bit more.
Well, that's because this is a club, and a lot of them have been there for 20, 30 years,
absolutely.
and they're very comfortable in their little club and their elite little establishment world that they live in, and Hillary fits right in there.
And that's why the Tea Party has met opposition from the establishment. That's why Cruz has met opposition. And that's why we got candidates like Romney and John McCain.
That's right.
John McCain calling people wacko birds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right.
This stuff, and it really ticked me off that I had to get up and vote for John McCain, even though I was totally against him. I had to do it because, again, we're in this box where they look like they would prefer Democrats over conservatives.
Right.
All right. So here, let's go to good morning, Jill. How you doing? Hello?
Jill?
Hi, Jill. Okay, all right. So I lost.
This is Gary. This is Gary.
Oh, I'm sorry,
hi, Gary.
Did I click off? I must have clicked her off. Call back. I apologize. Hey, Gary. Good morning. How you doing, my friend?
Good morning. You know, this whole thing, I just pray it all backfires on the establishment because it makes people so angry. People that follow politics. I lean toward Cruz like a lot of people who are Christian because I don't think Trump's going to make the greatest Christian decision sometimes in politics. But it makes me so angry what they did to him and how they treat him, especially Romney.
Right.
I just may vote for Trump. It's ridiculous.
And that's what's happening. There's going to be a backfire on the establishment. The more they're anti-Trump, the more support he's garnering.
Yeah.
He's garnering more support. Matter of fact, it said that they're creating a coup. They're creating a coup. They talking about taking an anti-Trump coup against him.
Establishment Republicans have decided that Hillary Clinton is better for America than a conservative or a Republican,
right.
A person that says he's a Republican. If you don't believe he's a conservative, if you don't believe he's a Republican, what is the proof that he isn't? We know Hillary is not a Republican, conservative, or anything else.
Politics is a chess game. This isn't a checkers game. I wonder what is behind the establishment's tactics in this chess game. They're thinking 2, 3, 4 moves ahead, and I can't see what their end goal is other than to literally tear apart the Republican Party itself. And that's what's happening.
They will tear it apart if the conservatives are in control. You see how they've rejected the Tea Party.
Yeah.
And conservatives, anything that's in opposition to this nonsense that the Republicans have been putting us through for the last 40, 50 years, every time we look around, here they drag out somebody like Bob Dole or Mitt Romney, and these people know going in that they're not going to be elected.
And not just that, Phil. You can see they say, give us power in 2010, give us power in 2012, give us power, give us power, give us power. We're going to deliver if you give us this power. Now they're saying, give us this power in 2016. Now the people are saying, and that's all this is. It's a rejection of the anti-establishment right now with somebody that's an outsider with the Trump, because of some of the things that he's saying that he would do, and people support some of it, especially when he said that folks, we're going to put a border up, we're going to create jobs here. We have to create. We have 97 people that's still out of work right now, Phil, and we have a number of all these. And something Phil said a number of weeks ago, and I missed this, when they encouraging all these kids to go into college, and Phil mentioned that they're rejecting the unions. Not saying that I'm a union guy, but they rejecting all these apprenticeship programs. These kids are, and that's why that Bernie Sanders is so attractive. Because they believe that he's going to pay off their student loans. These kids have massive amounts of debt, Phil, and these trade in the trade sector, they're begging for people to come into these trade sectors, and these people don't want to do it at all. And so what's happening? They're driving down wages by bringing in all these masses of illegal.
Don't you remember that the government took over the loans program, the student loan program?
And guess what they're doing?
And
with the reserve,
it's 10 times as bad as it was.
With the reserve on those student loans, they're using that to fund Obamacare.
Exactly right.
And then the government will turn around and say that the banks are manipulating and using you and giving you 4 or 5% interest rate. And the government turn around and they're doing the same thing. They're using the reserve from those loans so that they can pay for Obamacare. They're using these kids. They're using them, and it's just
and then dangling the fact of free college. With Bernie Sanders in front of them.
And they always talk about this 1/10 of 1%. It's only 400 people. You can confiscate all their wealth. Confiscate it all. It'll last you a year, and then now where we at? They're driving the whole country into this socialist abyss where everybody is going to be everybody is going to be on the same level of misery.
Our youth needs to understand that the way to control big government is not to increase big government, which is Bernie Sanders' solution. It is to limit big government. It is to limit government at all levels.
All right, thanks a lot, Gary. We're going to have to keep moving. I want to just mention something. This is from the Chicago. Thank you, Chicago Tribune, and they said that Obama and the First Family say that they're going to stay in Washington.
I'm surprised they're even going to stay in Michigan. I'm surprised they're even going to stay in America.
He was doing a visit to Washington, to Milwaukee on Thursday. He said that he was going to stay there until his youngest daughter graduate in 2016.
God help us all.
Yeah.
Not going back to Chicago, folks. Go to our website, artofmichigan.com. We need your support. We'll see you next week.
Thank you and goodbye.
The Abolitionist Roundtable invites the Wham! Talk 1600 listeners to continue the roundtable discussions by mailing correspondence to Art of Michigan, Post Office Box 135, Garden City, Michigan 48135.
Or follow Phil, Del, and Janice at artofmichigan.com. You can also send emails to artofmichigan@hotmail.com. And most of all, continue to listen every Saturday and tell a friend.